The Oklahoma City Thunder are so good, man. I mean, and obviously that's what we need to be saying because they're defending champions. Shai's Finals MVP, Shai's MVP. He's averaging over 30 points this season already. Like, they're very, very good. But I've got a lot of reasons why they're a lot better than I expected, especially with one of their key players being out. Now, I think that this really came to a head when I was watching the Clippers game last night on Peacock, and this is kind of a big tell to me because we'll talk about this later, but a lot of the competition has not been uber good. I just want to talk about how good this team is immediately. J-Dub is not playing. He's out. He's probably going to be out for another like 1 to 2 weeks. So he's going to miss a lot of games this year. But this Clippers game started off really interesting for LA. James Harden went on a 12-2 run. 12 points for James Harden and 2 points for OKC. That was crazy. And then OKC's down by 1 at the half. So they were kind of down by 10-12. And then at half, right before, they kind of pop off. Shai was shooting 2 for 6 at half. Not a very good start for Shai. But they changed that. They 100% changed that. In the third quarter, they scored 38 points. The fourth quarter, they scored 32 points. So they ended up winning by 19 points. Now, you might be saying, how do you do that? How does one do that? Well, you have to shoot 52% from the field and 47% from three with almost 40 attempts. That's how you do that. I just can't believe how good this team is, dude. 6 players in double figures, 4 guys in the starting lineup and 2 guys off the bench. Shai with 30 points. They're 4-0 on the road. Now, we have to talk about their competition a little bit. The teams that they've played so far are the Rockets, Pacers, Hawks, Mavs, Kings, Wizards, Pelicans, Clippers. Off the top of my head, at the time of this recording, the only teams above 500 are the Rockets, and I'm pretty sure that's it. I think the Pacers and Clippers are more in the 500 range. So obviously an 8-0 start isn't like, oh my gosh, that's amazing because you're playing the Kings, the Wizards, the Pelicans, and the Mavs. Like, it's not good. But winning is winning. A dub is a dub. And so how many more dubs do they need to get? While missing J-Dub. Shai is as good as ever. Look up his stats on Basketball Reference. His stats are almost identical to what he averaged last year. It's kind of weird. Like, some of them are physically identical. I don't know what's like. I think it was like turnovers are the same. His free throws are the only thing that's like more than up, but that's just volume. So you free throw whiners can go talk about that in the comments, I guess. But oh my gosh, it's up at like almost a whole free throw a game. Whatever. It's been 8 games compared to the 80-something he played or however many he played last year. But Shai's just good. And I don't want to talk about right now on if that leads him to winning an MVP just yet. I mean, I still have him under Giannis Jokic and then Giannis. I have Shai at number 3, Luka at number 4, and I'm in an internal battle of Wemby or Steph or Ant or whoever is at number 5. Shai is 100% number 3. I just think Jokic and Giannis are just better players as of right now. And over the course of the past couple years, I like to look at a broader scope. Now, we could go season by season. Obviously, MVP is the number 1 guy in the league at the time. But even then, I felt like it was a very, very close MVP race last year with Jokic and Shai. And I didn't think that Shai was the best, far and away the best player in the league. It was Jokic. This year, we're going to have to see a little bit more of guys. I want to at least get to halfway through the season. I know that's a long time. The hot take community doesn't like the halfway through the season, doesn't like to watch 41 games out of 82. That's where I'm going to wait to see until I really, really talk about MVP stuff because we got a large sample size. If this OKC team can go 35-5 or 35-6 in 41 games, we got something to talk about. If the Nuggets if they go on a win streak, right? The Cavs last year had 2 15-game win streaks, and they lost in the second round. So we just got to wait a little bit. 8 games is a lot to say about some stuff, but not a lot to say about other stuff. So, and I think the other reason that I have Shai under Jokic and Giannis is that it's the classic put Giannis on this team and see what happens. OKC's got a squad, bro. Hence, I'm really making a point about the 6 players with double digits, right? It's a team effort. I love all of their bench guys, dude. Especially with J-Dub out. They guys just sub in, go play. You got a baller, right? We got, dude, Case and Wallace started last night. You got Lou Dort still. Chet's really, really good. Caruso, Aaron Wiggins, AJ Mitchell. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Isaiah Joe, right? Who else am I? Jalen Williams, J. Will, right? They go deep. And it's crazy because that's the whole phenomenon with this OKC team is that they're so young that it's like, oh my gosh, how are they doing that with all this many guys? And I feel like the broadcast last night of the Clippers game on Peacock just kind of talked a lot about like buying in. Daigneault really gets these guys to buy in, and they're doing a good job of that, especially defensively. So I just want to revisit the Clippers thing again. They're down by like 10 or 11, and then they end up winning the game by like 19. Just a swing. They just started shooting the ball, playing good defense, and that was it, right? Now, no J-Dub, right? How are they getting dubs with no J-Dub? Well, J-Dub played 69 games last year, averaged 21 points per game, was an all-star, all-NBA third team, all-defense second team, right? So he's going to miss more games than last year. He missed 13 games last year, played 69 games, nice. 82 games this season. That's obviously 13. Quick maths, right? He's already missed 8. He's already missed 8 games, and they're going to reevaluate him in about a week and a half to 2 weeks. Probably about 3 games a week. He's going to miss more games than last year, and does he miss that 65 game threshold? We'll have to find out. I don't think that matters as much as people think it does. So he comes back. They also probably lose a game or two just because even though these guys are super, congealed and they're tight, I think adding a guy into the starting lineup always, just for a second, especially if he's been gone for the beginning of the season with some new players, basically just rookies in this OKC case, it's going to take a little adjustment, especially coming back from injury, right? So there's a kind of experience there with that that I've seen. So do they win 70 games? Ooh, boy. This is something that I guess you could speculate on now if they're at 8 wins to 0 losses, right? And I think it's going to be very interesting. But in order to answer that for right now, let's talk about what their schedule looks like in the competition in the fourth. So I got a couple key dates for teams that they play and when they play them. November 12th, that is next Wednesday, they play the Lakers. Pretty good. Better than the Mavs, Kings, Wizards, Pelicans 4-game stretch, right? That's insane. November 26th, they play the Timberwolves. And Christmas, they play the Spurs. I'm talking about maybe a month and a half out. And those are the 3 teams that I'm like, those are some good teams. And I think there's some in between. I think there's like Cavs in there, right? But they're still kind of struggling a little bit. No Nuggets until February 1st. We got to wait 3 whole months until they play the Nuggets. And then they play the Nuggets 4 times because it's a division matchup, right? They play the Nuggets 4 times in like 2.5 months. So end of the season of this year is going to be very, very fun to watch, especially if any other teams are competing and are very, very good. The top of the West, if OKC does not like crush it and keep going, if they don't go like 10-0, 12-0, up to 15-0, it might be a tight little race because Denver's looking really, really nice. And I made a whole short on this channel about Jokic not scoring and all that stuff. So Nuggets are looking pretty good. But we have to wait till February 1st to watch a Nuggets Thunder game. I can't believe that. That is just right? So the verdict right now is the Thunder are just very, very good. They have an easy schedule, but they're also just good. A W is a W. We shouldn't have to oh my gosh, these guys are playing trash people. They could lose. My team lost to the Jazz. My Clippers team lost to the Jazz by 20 on opening night. The Jazz are supposed to be the worst team of all time, right? And the Clippers they're just destroyed, right? So winning is winning. So shout out to the Thunder for getting those dubs. I like this Thunder team. They're very, very good. Will they repeat? We got a lot of little checkpoints we got to get to for this Thunder team. And because, this is their storyline. This is their repeat season. It feels a lot stronger than the Celtics repeat season did, where it was how's the Celtics doing? And then they just didn't look as good. And then second round came and then they got smacked and that just didn't look good, right? But OKC, they're not going to get pushed around, barring major injury. They lost Chet for 38 games last year, 35 or 38. I don't know why I'm thinking of both. And they still won 68 games last year. So can they lose J-Dub for half that time and hit the 70-win marker? It would be crazy to watch that in real time. So 70 wins, a little too early to tell, but you best believe that I will be coming back each week. Once again, 3 videos a week, 3 shorts a week. That's how we roll here, bruh. So make sure you subscribe for all the info coming later in the future, my opinions and stuff like that. That's all I got for today, bruh. We out.